It's been 2 years and I finally saved up enough money to build my perfect gaming PC. I am ready for a 5070 Ti. Wait a minute. No, it's not on Amazon? Wait, out of stock? A calculator? I don't want a calculator, I want a 5070 Ti.
Are you looking for GPUs? Because I might have one for you. Here you go.
What is this?
That is an RX 9070 XT. It's gonna be just like a 5070 Ti in stock and cheaper.
In stock?
Well, maybe.
We'll tell you about that whole story after a word from today's sponsor.
Dude, Jackson, I just found a crazy deal on a GPU.
Oh, sweet. What is it?
It's a 4070 on Amazon. It's only $1,200.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's also refurbished and sold by Lucky Boy 3D Star Information Technology Services. It seems like a pretty good deal.
Number one, you're fired. Number two, why are you not shopping at Jawa.gg?
Jawa.gg is one of the best marketplaces for buying and selling PC hardware, laptops, peripherals, and even custom gaming PCs. Whenever we plan out our PC builds, we always take a peek at Jawa and hunt for the deals that make our builds possible. Their component section is always packed full of listings and it's easy to find some insane prices. And in case you're in the market for a pre-built, they have a ton of amazing options aesthetically and performance-wise for the price, like this RTX 3070 and Ryzen 5 5600X gaming PC for just $900.
If you want to keep your job and save money, do what I should have done and shop on Jawa.gg today. And be sure to use code TOASTY10 to save 10% off your order up to $10. Now, let's get back to that video.
Ladies and gentlemen, on our table with us here, we have the brand new AMD RX 9070 coming in at $550, and we have the RX 9070 XT coming in at $600.
Now, obviously, this is launch day when you're watching this, so hopefully availability is better. AMD has made some claims that availability should be pretty solid for this GPU launch, especially for those desperate for a graphics card right now. But today we're going to do a little bit of a versus video. We're going to take the top dog, the 9070 XT, which is only $50 more than the 9070 non-XT, and run them through a bunch of benchmarks that we like to play and you guys like to play at home to see if the $50 is actually worth it.
So for the 9070 XT, we have 16 gigs of VRAM, and that's GDDR6. We have RDNA 4 technology. And another cool feature is we have 64 compute units, and we now have DisplayPort 2.1a.
Now with the 9070, we go into 56 compute units, which will be interesting to see in the real world what the difference is between performance of 64 versus 56, and to see if that $50 price difference is worth it, but the VRAM is the same, 16 gigs of GDDR6 VRAM. And one cool thing as well, because we really like power efficiency when it comes to our graphics cards, the 9070 XT requires a 750 watt power supply with a max power draw theoretically of over 300 watts, just slightly over 300 watts, while you actually save 100 watts going with the 9070 non-XT, which would be pretty cool for more power efficient systems. But what is the performance difference like? We're gonna talk about it after we tell you about the test bench we're gonna be using, which is gonna be a more reasonable test bench. It uses a 7700X, which I would say is a more respectable CPU compared to people going top of the line with the 9800X 3D. It's what somebody probably would build a PC with either one of these graphics cards with. Let's talk about the entire test bench and dive into some testing.
To go over the specs of the test bench, we have the Ryzen 7 7700X that is an 8-core 16-thread with a large tower cooler cooling it. We also have 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM at 6000 MHz in dual channel. This test bench is packed with storage as well with a 4TB Lexar Gen 4 NVMe SSD. We have an Asus ROG Strix B650 Wi-Fi motherboard. We have a 1200 watt 80 plus gold fully modular power supply, all inside of a pretty high airflow full ATX case. So now that we've shown you guys our test bench, we're going to be taking each of these GPUs and we're going to be loading a lot of games going back and forth to see exactly what the FPS difference is on these two cards at just a $50 price difference.
Let's get to gaming.
All right, guys, we are testing out this new AMD GPU on the market here, and we're currently running some 1440p ultra settings. I knew those settings. I had them memorized. I'm going to actually show you guys the settings here in a second once I end this guy's career.
This guy is...
You...
No way.
There's no shot.
He looped. Oh, he thought he was sneaky.
You ain't real, fam. You ain't real. All right, so you guys can see here we got ultra...
There he is. I told you. Here he comes.
That was ultra settings at 1440p, no upscaling. I was just confirming the facts. I'm Calcia freeze framed that. I'm thirsty for blood right now. What's that?
Oh, there he is.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, somebody else. Why are they so fast?
But yeah, you guys can see we're getting anywhere from like 140 upwards of like 200 FPS at times. So it's definitely pretty solid, especially with like no upscaling. And the game looks really good too.
Yes, sir. I know AMD definitely markets this as being able to go for 4K if you want to. Obviously, that would involve some upscaling, as you'll see later on. But I think this is a true 1440p like ultra settings graphics card. And we'll see what the little brother, the 9070 non-XT, does and how close it compares depending on the pricing and availability. Oh, whoa! it goes.
Dude, you're kidding me. You're kidding me.
He's gonna get res. Oh wow, guess what?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, there's a person trailing.
Oh!
Punch maiden. You breathe on it.
Is it the car 98K? I'm gonna die so quick with this thing. No. I would say that that's pretty good. 1440p, no upscaling. We're getting 150 to 200 FPS. That's very solid for this new AMD card so far.
See how it runs on the 9070.
All right, we're testing out the 9070 non-XT, and we're running the same settings, 1440p, ultra, no upscaling. Right now, this feels pretty similar.
Feels very similar.
I guess it takes really long to reload.
Yeah, for a little movie magic, we are filming this after running all the benchmarks before, so we'll be sure to look at them side by side before we do our conclusion, but you guys are seeing what we may have forgot.
Definitely still just as playable though. I mean, I feel like if I was in the market, and well, assuming both cards you can actually get, I would just take either one that I could get.
Armor break.
Loaded. The tracking.
Armor break.
Loaded. He would have been.
Michael, get down.
Quit it. I swear, if I kept playing this game, I could have had a chance at like some type of cool like sniping thing. I think like little phase stuff. See that? Yeah, we hit those. I just got helicoptered. What the heck?
They are.
Oh God.
He said, "Durr." So much loot, it's insane.
Oh,
Where did they come from?
Teaming? Holy aim assist. Holy aim assist. Okay, stop.
Oh! Oh! They were low.
This is how I serve my country. Yeah, I serve. I'm second prestige.
Is that a Ninja Turtle?
Why is there two of them? I know I'm not playing duos right now. That was bold. Oh my God.
Leo.
That's it, right?
That's it.
That was a long run, but I mean, I gotta see the side by side because in all honesty, just playing, it did not feel any different than the XT, but I'm sure it lost a few FPS.
Next game. All right, guys, we are now on the 9070 XT with Spider-Man 2 running 1440p. We should have no upscaling whatsoever going on here. So no upscaling, we are running native. Wait, this needs to be off. This will make it better. There we go. Now we have absolutely no upscaling going on here. Very high settings, 1440p, and we are looking pretty good. I mean, getting 100 FPS. This game looks so good.
So the graphics are like the water even.
Yeah, this game looks so good at 1440p.
Where's the ray tracing?
Yeah, where's the ray tracing action? You do have the ability to turn on RT, which we will experiment with a little bit here. But I imagine if you are going to run RT, I'll try the lower settings RT here, because the main thing that changes in the game is the reflections on these buildings. And they're a little stutter right there, not amazing, but we'll stand in this spot right here. And let's try some RT. Oh, it just went straight to high. Do you see how those buildings now, you can see everything that's happening on the inside. It's compiling the shaders. This might take a minute. But it'll let it load in. But yeah, you can see all the details inside all those buildings.
That's crazy.
I will say, I'm normally like really anti-RT, but this is definitely one of the games that you can actually see the implementation of like the lighting and everything. Like you can see all the stuff behind you and everything. So it's kind of cool. It is compiling shaders right now, so the performance might be a little stuttery, but it's actually handling RT pretty well. So this is pretty impressive for a new game like this. You also have the ability to do upscaling. I was going to test upscaling, but if you're getting 100 FPS, realistically in these games, even if you just get 60 FPS, it's good. But getting 100 FPS, dips in the 90s every so often. We'll run some FSR3. Run FSR3 on quality, and we will, we'll just leave without frame gen. I mean, yeah, we're up to the higher hundreds now. It's probably like a 10 FPS difference. Doesn't look too bad, but it does help out, especially if you are going to keep RT on. It does add a little bit of graininess in the distance I see, but there's just so much happening in this game texture-wise. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, 9070 XT. This ain't too bad. This is definitely playable. See if I can get a crime scene to pop up here so I can actually do something instead of just swinging around. Who are these people?
And there's just people, there's a fire and there's people that caused it.
Yep, hello. Goodbye. They're getting about 80 FPS at times. Let's see if I can put these fires. I didn't know webs put out fires, apparently.
I don't know if real life works like that.
Nice.
I know you webbed their car.
I webbed their car. Hey, this is looking really good. VRAM, glad we got it. We're up to 14 gigs of VRAM running some RT here. So the 16 is definitely useful. 4K might be kind of tough, honestly. You would probably run into a situation where you would have some VRAM limitations, but the only this is just crazy. Just seeing inside every single building. There's so many buildings going here. So yeah, Spiderman 2, great test, and this GPU is performing very well. Let's see what the little brother can do in this game, the 9070, and see if, especially for the price difference, which actually, spoiler, right now we're recording this, we don't know the price difference. We'll probably know at the beginning of the video. It'd be interesting to see if getting the lesser GPU would be worth it in a game like this, or would there be too many trade-offs? All right, guys, we're in Spider-Man with the 9070 non-XT, and this time, I know last time we launched it and turned RT on. I'm gonna go ahead and start with RT on very high settings, 1440p, no upscaling, using a high ray tracing preset, and I think I'm starting to see the difference a little bit. Yeah, definitely a little bit. So I feel like the XT might be better for these games at 1440p with ray tracing on, and this one, I mean, we're getting close to 60. Turn on FSR, we'll have no problems getting 60. I mean, look at my reflections here, guys. Yes. Definitely, it's playable. I mean, we're doing a sky test at 100 FPS, but it's one of those things where, yeah, I'm starting to see the gap a little bit, especially in that location I was just at. We're getting more dips below 60, but still a good-looking game. We're going to continue as is right now. We'll go ahead and run over to this crime. There's some branding going on over here.
What are they doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it? These guys have flamethrowers. I'm about to die. Yes. All right, let's get up here. So yeah, I would say definitely dips into the 40s now, which is not what we were getting before. And now this is now with the shaders compiled. Before we were kind of getting like lesser performance because the shaders weren't fully compiled. So let's go ahead and turn on some FSR and see if there's a difference at all. See if it helps out. Because I mean, you got the FSR tech, might as well use it. See, the whole biggest thing in this game is swinging around. Will we get major dips? Definitely getting a little below 60, but we're not hitting the 40 mark like we were before. Close, but we're not right now. So hey, FSR works out great. I would probably say 9070, focus less on ray tracing if you want to play games like this, or run lower details, and you can get 60 FPS and have RT on. Everything's so bright and dynamic. But yeah, Spider-Man, not bad. Good test to see the difference between these two GPUs. Let's move on to the next game.
All right, we are now testing out the 9070 XT in Marvel Rivals, and I decided to do no upscaling with this one, so we're 100% render res 1440p running the medium preset, which does have a high in there as well. And yeah, this is not a game I normally recommend not using upscaling, honestly, but I know there's those competitive players out there that they refuse. So we're doing it. We're running.
That's really good.
And yeah, this is it's a very demanding esports title, which this may be a direction that we're going to start seeing all esports going. Just a lot harder to.
Yeah, he's dead.
They may just be harder to run. And let's also kill some noobs while we're at it. Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much like, I would say, comfortably maintaining 100 FPS.
Yeah, it's like right on the line.
It doesn't really have a whole lot of fluctuation to it.
No.
All right, team. Come on, let's push this point up. I'm gonna be honest, we kind of suck. The cart, it's literally still at the start of the game. What are you doing? 9070 XT good, team bad.
Yeah, team bad, team not great.
All right, so pretty much safe to say we maintained 100 FPS average. We never really moved from the start, so couldn't really get you much more results than that, but it definitely did really good. 24 gigs of RAM, guys. That's wild.
See what the 9070 can do.
All right, guys, we are playing Marvel Rivals once again on the 9070 this time, and you know, we are playing a different map, different mode, and so far it does seem like this one's actually doing a little bit better, but yes. I think that this is a smaller map with less demanding properties.
And if you just take into fact all the other tests we've done so far where you can see a difference, it's definitely just the variability of this game. So not gonna be a perfect side-by-side test, but hey, you'll at least get some gameplay on this map with this card.
It definitely does go to show, though, that this, you know, the XT versus the non-XT aren't like insanely different.
Yep.
Now we're gonna play forwards a little bit here. Oh my goodness. Where am I supposed to? Please go get him, Spores. Come on, we got this. Oh, she just ulted and I killed her. Yeah, get Doctor Strange. Oh my god. Ew, Spores can't be. This was like cyber harassment.
kind of is.
Jeez,
Jeez, why are they? We're back to where we started.
I'm pretty sure this is my old teammates.
Yep, they just kept playing, and now you're just destroying them. No shot, you just.
What if they just don't? Okay, I was like, what if they just don't turn around here?
Oh, what did they do?
Yeah, we'll have to do some side by side.
Yeah.
It's still 2 different modes, but it was 2 different maps we got to test, and I don't know. This seemed pretty good for at least Marvel Rivals specifically. And you're gonna see that whenever we get too close GPUs, there's gonna be times where they do sometimes not look so different.
Next game. All right, guys, we're loading into the finals on the 9070 XT, 1440p native. We're actually running high ray tracing on the Epic preset, which is funny, RTX global illumination. NVIDIA, oh, we'll see what this AMD GPU can do. But this is, again, a game that's not incredibly popular right now, but it's another demanding first-person shooter that'd be kind of fun for you all to see. And yeah, you can give this game a go yourself if you want to on your own PC. But, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with the FPS so far, and it looks good. I'm backing up. Oh. Can't see anything that's happening over there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's get closer.
We got put in busy.
Okay. Teammate, help! Where did I spawn? I got a kill though. Nice. There's something that went through that door. Hey, there's the finals. It ran good. I think we were pretty good, 110 plus FPS, sometimes down to the low 100s. Not too bad. Let's see what the 9070 can do and see if it comes close to the performance levels. All right, guys, we are in. Ooh, wait a minute. We're in the finals, currently running the same settings, a little bit of RT action. And I did join a game mid-action, and I will say the FPS is a little bit lower. We were in the hundreds last time. Now we're in the 80s. The map is different, though, so this might be like the opposite of what we just saw in Marvel Rivals, where we might be on a more demanding map as well. But this is still playable for sure. And again, this is with RT. I mean, most of you gamers, if you are going to play this competitively, you probably would turn RT off. Can I just jump? Oh! No! Oh, dang
He
it.
said, surprise.
Oh! Yeah, run away. Run away. Oh! It's the
Burning barrel.
It's the same person, too. Yeah, come back here. No! This guy just loves to fight me, doesn't he? Hey, buddy! Oh, there's more ninja stars. Ah! Into the green smoke. Oh god, that's really bad. You. Oh! I want to fight you! Oh, okay, maybe I don't. Whoa! Whoa.
Dang. Sudden death. You guys control. Oh my god.
And unfortunate. Hey, the finals seemed like it was a decent amount more demanding here, but that concludes all our benchmark runs live testing style. Let's do some side-by-side benchmarks to easily compare these GPUs and hopefully see some games that you all like and maybe are considering picking up one of these GPUs for, and we'll come to a conclusion on which one's the better option. All right, guys, then we finish our side-by-side benchmarks. Let's go in and dive into some technical tests to see which GPU makes the most sense, considering at MSRP, we're only looking at a $50 difference. First up in Black Myth Wukong, we decided to really push these things to their limits, so keep in mind the FPS numbers are going to be a bit low here, but with the 9070 XT, we got an average of 28 FPS, a max of 35, a minimum of 21, and with the 9070, we got an average of 24 FPS, a max of 31, a minimum of 18. If you are going to be running 1440p high settings with any sort of ray tracing in a game like Wukong, you're gonna want to use FSR to get at least 60 plus FPS on either of these GPUs, so do keep that in mind. This is a worst case scenario for these graphics cards in a very demanding game. Next up is Cyberpunk, 1440p ultra settings, and we decided to turn off ray tracing for this one. With the 9070 XT, we got an average of 143, a minimum of 102, and a max of 180. With the 9070, we got an average of 131 with a minimum of 103 and a max of 161. This one has a decent uplift in average FPS here, but is it worth the $50 difference? You all let me know down below. Next up, we have a new game, Monster Hunter Wilds, 1440p ultra settings with no upscaling. With the 9070 XT, we end up with an average of 94.34 FPS with a score of 32,019. And the RX 9070 got an average of 84.10 FPS with a score of 28,584. Once again, a 10 FPS difference, and for 50 bucks, that seems worth it in a game like this. You do have room for FSR as well with some frame gen, which this game does recommend you use to get 100 plus FPS consistently. Next up, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, 1440p high settings with no path tracing. We are running native settings, and I think we are very CPU bound in this game with the 7700X, so do take these numbers with a grain of salt. This is a very CPU and GPU bound game, and I tried to keep a very consistent path here so you guys can see a side-by-side comparison, but both of these are getting about 90 to 100 FPS, but you all be the judge at home. Then we ran our 3D Mark Times by score, and with the 9070 XT, we got a score of 24,166 versus the 9070 with a score of 21,691. And then lastly, I decided to go back and run Cyberpunk again at 4K because AMD does advertise these as 4K GPUs. While I will say, if you are going to run 4K, you're probably going to be focused on 4K with FSR, not native 4K gaming, but we decided to try it to see what it can do. The 9070 XT got an average of 76 FPS, a minimum of 67, and a max of 98, while the 9070 got an average of 52 with a minimum of 44 and a max of 66. So hopefully you guys enjoyed all these different benchmarks, and it's painted an interesting picture for these two GPUs. So let's go ahead and bring Jackson back in here and wrap this whole video up real quick and give you our final conclusions on both graphics cards.
Alright guys, so we just did a lot of benchmarks, and these cards both do really well in 1440p and even a little bit of 4K, which Matt will talk about in a minute, but it's pretty crazy to see that that $50 price point really doesn't have a major difference, so it may come down to which card can you actually get. Of course, if you want a big 3-fan chunky model and you're thinking about doing 4K, obviously go with the XT, especially if it really is only $50 more, but if you're having trouble finding stock, or God forbid, there's scalpers selling these cards, just get the 9070.
That's the biggest takeaway here is honestly, whichever card you can get, if you are desperate for a graphics card right now with this level of performance, you should definitely pick whatever one you can get up because the price to performance is pretty solid considering the market right now. And I really think either one of these would be a great option. 4K is possible on the 9070 XT, but realistically, if you're gonna wanna have a great 4K gaming experience, you are gonna be using upscaling. So if you absolutely hate upscaling, you're gonna need to spend a bit more money on a higher end GPU and disable all that upscaling. But honestly, that's kind of the future right now. So you might just have to get used to that, especially with any new GPU launch. But the 9070 is an awesome 1440p GPU, and I really think for both of these, 1440p is the sweet spot. But if you do want to delve into 4K, 9070 XT, but if you want to stick with 1440p, the 9070. But I want to hear from you guys. Which one are you considering picking up? And if you do manage to get one, we want to know what inventory is like on launch day. Let us know down below. Let us know especially where you picked one up and what price point, because hopefully these stay close to MSRP, but I do have a feeling they're probably going to be a decent amount more expensive.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now we know graphics cards can be pretty hard to get, probably even at the time of the release of this video, so make sure you check out PCBros.tech because every so often we got a hidden gem on there.
PCBros.tech. We sell gaming PCs, so you don't have to worry about parting together each individual part to make a PC build, and you have peace of mind with a 1-year warranty, and you can also save some money using code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.